Hi cuties, if no one has told you yet today, I want you to know that you are wishing upon a star. For those of you that are new, welcome, I'm Jem, and in today's pick a card reading, we are going to be discussing what are they thinking about. In pick a card readings, you can view them how you like, you can watch the whole video, or watch whatever catches your eye, as long as you take what resonates and leave the rest. Disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only, you can decide your own future, you have your own free will. Also know that every reader reads differently, I tend to read very candidly and honest, so there could be some deep messages. And before we hop right into the video, I want to let you guys know the different ways you can help on my channel. One is by checking out my DEPOP, where I sell personal readings, linked in the description below. 20 minutes of any deck you like, unlisted for your eyes only. And I also have an Instagram, and of course subscribing to the channel would really help. I also have an Amazon wish list of decks that I am interested in if you are feeling generous to donate to the channel, and know that any donations to me are extremely appreciated but not expected, and I thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. So in this section right here, I want to talk a little bit about how I'm feeling, what's going on in my life, just a little bit so I can, let it out, and also just not, I'm gonna cleanse and try not to let it get into the reading. But I'm definitely struggling with love life right now. There's definitely a struggle with that. And, I think I might be facing a tower moment right now, because honestly, when shit hit the fan, when shit hits the fan, it does. It's like everything comes down at once. But I just bought these new knives. I freaking cut myself. Wouldn't stop bleeding, had to go to the freaking doctors, get it glued, and then just struggling with love life, honestly. It's been a lot. It's been a lot, and I'm at the point now that I kind of just want to focus on myself, focus on my career, and that is where I'm at right now. So if any of you guys can relate to that, it'd be quite nice to hear. Have a little community chat, where we could relate to each other, have an open discussion about that. Would be very, nice to hear, for myself, just to know that, we're not alone and we all face similar things in life. But anyways, I'm gonna, remove that out of my brain, take that negative energy out. And we're gonna hop right into these readings. We have 3 piles here. So for the first pile, I asked when I shuffled, what is their person thinking? Because that's the title of the video, is what are they thinking? So pile 1's person could be thinking, I wish you could talk to me right now. This is the message that we got for you, pile 1. And they could possibly be wishing that you could talk to them. Also, if you feel called to this thumbnail, this will be your reading, so please pick pile 1. Pile 2, we have You Have Hurt Me, number 5. Number 5 associates with change most of the time, so maybe the person, pile 2, the person that you're thinking of maybe feels like you've hurt them. Or it could be maybe you feel like they hurt you. It's kind of like, I guess you have to see how that plays for pile 2. We'll get more into that, but then for pile 3 we have where is your head at? Question mark with a number 6. And I always forget the number 6. I think number 6 talks about attainment and attachment. And it says, where is your head at? So if that resonates with you, please choose pile 3 as well as this thumbnail. So let's hop into the readings. Hello, my beautiful pile 1s. If you chose this thumbnail, as well as the card that says, I wish you would talk to me, this will be your reading on what are they thinking. So in these cards here, this section right now, we're pulling cards that are supposed to represent your person. So if it resonates, please continue. If it doesn't, then maybe you want to choose another pile. but these are some oracle cards that I asked. Who exactly is your person, pile one? We got faith, we got creativity, we got spirit guides, we got the knight, we got the fox, the fawn, the balance card, and the match. So with this here, first most important thing is the color purple is very significant. We have faith and creativity. The color purple here is known to, within time, would often associate with royalty and wealth, as well as mystery, spiritual awareness, and mysticism. It's the shortest wavelength. It's tied to the crown and third eye chakras. It's located at the top of the head, and the crown energy center, which is represented by violet, allows us to connect to the higher level of awareness. The third eye is also known for where you could make intuitive downloads that is not present to the naked eye. Also, the purple color is a wonderful color to surround yourself in when you are working on cultivating your creativity and enhancing intuitive abilities. It's so funny because it says that, because that's like the actual color that I surround myself with every day. So it's interesting that you got this color here. You could be possibly, I just said you. I'm sorry, pile one. You may have some similarities to this person. A lot of the time I feel like tarot can come in as projections, like projecting your own thoughts and perspectives on other people. So you may have a lot of similarities with this person. So you may find some similarities in this message with you, as well as them. But I'm going to continue as this is supposed to represent them. So your person may wear the color purple a lot. They may like the color purple. It could be their favorite color. It could also just be maybe they're stepping into more of a place in time right now where they're delving into more of their creative side. Maybe they're trying to start like becoming more creative, creating new ideas. They may have a lot of like ideas popping in their head, writing down, just like moving very quickly towards creation and tapping into like new hobbies, or just like creating things rather than absorbing. Like they could be more in a position where they're, creating things like maybe Instagram posts, TikTok reels, creating things with their hands, pottery, just something that, rather than like watching TV and taking in and absorbing other people's content, if that makes sense. They could also be stepping into more of a time of faith right now. I think more specifically when it comes to love, they could just be really trying to have faith within the universe, within their spirit guides, that whatever it is or however it will happen, they will find their match. Because we do have match here. I think this person really wants to have faith that they will get into a relationship where there is an even amount of give and receive. This reminds me of like the Two of Cups a little bit, of receiving and giving emotional and physical, attention evenly towards each other. And I think this person also just has faith that it will all work out, in the end, and that hopefully they're just like really trying to have faith that love will come to them. When it's the right time, it will come to them. And they're really trusting their spirit guides too. They may have a lot of spiritual messages or a lot of spiritual, this person could be very intuitive. There could be a lot of things that come to them that their third eye may catch, and they could constantly be like, that was weird that kept happening, or very interesting that this keeps occurring. And it's like their spirit guides are trying to like communicate with them and let them know like, you can have faith, trust us, have faith with us, and also have faith in yourself that at the end of the day, you will make the right decision. I think also this card here is letting them know that there is definitely a lot of creativity being expressed. There's definitely some sort of creativity. I think they might be stepping into more of a career or something. They're focusing more on their career. There could be something that a new financial career opportunity is coming to them, and it's coming soon, and it's like the orange and purple is like really trying to motivate them to take the steps towards that and work hard in this direction, because their pursuit will be rewarded. With the match card as well, I think that when this comes, I think this is also talking about love as well. It's like saying like, have faith that your match will come. And also it's saying like, no matter what you do, no matter what, it says, by definition, both sides are better off in a mutual beneficial relationship. Whether you move on or double down, it's always up to you. It's talking about like the relationship between these two flowers and the butterfly. It's talking about like a give, receive, healthy relationship, or like connection between the two. And it's saying like, if you're deciding whether to be paired up with someone or something, feel into the vibe. Does it feel dull or colorful, and riveting or aggravating? I think this is really saying you can have faith to trust yourself to make the right decision for you, no matter what. I keep saying you, I'm so sorry. They have the right decision. They can trust themselves to make the right decision. And if they want to double down in this possible relationship or double down in this connection, they can. And if they don't have to. It's really up to them and how they feel about the connection. Stop asking about, you know, how someone else feels, and start asking about what it is that you feel. What it is that they feel. They need to start understanding what it is that they feel, what it is that they want, rather than pleasing or trying to make the other person happy when it's not making them happy. I think another thing as well, there could be some sort of romantic delusion playing a part. This person could possibly be very desperate. I know I'm like, desperate is maybe not the best word to use. I guess I could work on my communication skills, but like when I think about this, I think about being desperate to be in a relationship. Like they really want to be loved. They really want to be possibly in a relationship, or they may have these romantic expectations of love that are very unrealistic, and it may cause them to live in like this fantasy world rather than live in reality, and know that relationships are hard work. Relationships are, you know, it's not always going to be rainbows and sunshine. It's going to be like difficult, and it will be very difficult at points, but you can survive that because this person is a very willing and loyal partner and someone who's committed. I think this person may just have a little bit of romantic delusion, or they could possibly also have their allegiance to a destructive ruler or some sort of principle that's not serving them. For example, like maybe a limiting belief. For example, all women are, you know, going to treat me bad, or all men are going to treat me bad, or they could also be like following someone on YouTube, or like, I don't know why I just immediately thought of Andrew Tate. I'm sorry if that, I don't know, for some reason that just came to my head. They could be following someone like on social media that might be feeding them egotistical, like bad garbage that's like very self-limiting and restrictive and just creates insecurity. And they may not realize that that creates a very destructive way of thinking. imposing like a bad way of thinking, you know, not to where they can't love authentically, and maybe their ego might get in the way. That could be for some of you. If that doesn't resonate, ignore that. There could just be some sort of romantic delusion when it comes to maybe them having fantasies about relationships being like, you know, perfect, or that someone is perfect, rather than seeing that nobody's perfect. So we also have balance here. This balance card reminds me, this person could have some sort of earth sign that could be significant. They could also possibly have a Libra or Sagittarius placement that could be significant as well. We have earth here again, so earth is definitely, they could have earth sun, so like an earth sun sign, so like Virgo, Capricorn, or Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. We also have, this just makes me think of Libra and Sagittarius, because both of those cards talk a little bit about balance. This makes me think of Libra a little bit more though, because Libra's talks about the scales and talks about like black and white. Something with this card that is significant to me is they may be trying to create balance in their life, or create some sort of like they may try to create some sort of balance in their life, but it may end up causing them, like they may try to, you know, with one, they have the other, like with one way of thinking, they have the other way of thinking. So in a way, they think that that balances them out. But in reality, it's just creating black and white thinking, where it's like it's either the one way or the other. And not seeing it as something that, you know, there are an array of different, you know, situations or things that happen, that it's like you can't just assume or fill it in to this role that you want. Like you can't put it in a box. See it for what it is, rather than trying to fit it into a self-limiting way of thinking. For example, when someone tells you like, hey, like, you know, I can't really do this right now because this, and this, and I'm like, blah, 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 and they communicate like, this is how they're feeling. But instead of you, like, for example, if someone, if someone rejects this person may be quick to assume that they're either just don't want you, or they either just, you know, like it's like they may think very black and white, rather than actually hearing this person out and seeing the gray of the situation. I hope that makes sense. So that's what we have for the cards, the oracle cards that represent them. We're now going to hop into some tarot. So what are they thinking? What are they thinking about when it comes to your situation with them? Get the tarot cards out. So I'm also possibly going to be doing an 18+ reading, but it's going to be on my Patreon. I think I'm going to try and make it for very cheap, just so you could see it. But it's probably going to be like a 5-minute or 10-minute video of just me talking about some sexual messages that maybe this person is thinking as well. because I'm starting to transition 18 plus onto Patreon because I want to be free to say what I want, do what I want, and not feel limited by YouTube. So I'll try to make it very cheap. If you're interested, maybe like 50 cents or like $1 for the reading. So please check that out. All right, let's get into the tarot. So we already got the 9 of Cups in reverse. So I'm asking, what is this person thinking? Like, what is this person thinking towards this situation? We got Page of Swords. I'm just going to take this top one here. Oh, we got Ace of Wands. What is this person thinking towards this connection for pile 1? What is pile 1's person thinking towards this connection? 2, 3. And then we're going to get some clarifiers for the cards above, please. 1, 2. Got Page of Wands. 1. King of Cups. 1, 2. Got the Hangman in reverse. 1, 2. And then we got 2 cards. Perfect. The Magician and the Moon. All right. Let me just fix this. I just want to make it look nice. So we have first row, we have the 9 of Cups and the Page of Wands. So the 9 of Cups, let me move this out the way. The 9 of Cups is represented of lack of inner joy, smugness, dissatisfaction, indulgence, materialism, and inner happiness. And then to clarify that, we have inspiration, ideas, discovery, limited potential, free spirit, exploration, excitement, and freedom. I think your person, pile 1, is definitely feeling unhappy. They could be someone who is lacking inner joy. They're very dissatisfied with maybe where their life is right now, or dissatisfied with maybe the situation of your connection. Like maybe they want to, you know, especially with the card, the message card that we got, it was like, I wish you would talk to me. Maybe this person really wishes that you would reach out. They are probably, it seems like they're unhappy. Definitely they're lacking some sort of satisfaction. And it's saying, it's almost like this is like reaffirming to them that maybe they need to find some inspiration, find this fire back in order to like help them along. Like whatever they need some sort of passion. This is like almost like a solution. Like they need to see that there's limited potential, and that just because of this hiccup or whatever that's bringing you sadness doesn't mean that your whole world stopped. It's like it's still always continuing, and there's more to come. You just gotta find the excitement again, explore, discover more, and find back more of this free spirit. I think another thing as well, they could be just unhappy with that in the relationship. Maybe the relationship between you and them, whether it was a connection, like whether you guys were together or a situationship or just talking or even just friends, there was definitely some sort of lacking or just some sort of dissatisfaction when it came to maybe the freedom, maybe the inspiration, maybe there was no more like idea dates. It was kind of just like, maybe there was a sense of boredom and it just ended because of that. For the next row, we have Page of Swords. It says new ideas, curiosity, thirst for knowledge, new ways of communicating, restlessness, mental energy. We have cold, bad advice, emotional manipulation, moodiness, self-compassion, inner feelings. I think this person inside, deep down, is maybe feeling very moody, maybe feeling very cold. Maybe they're being very cold towards others right now because they're hurting, they're upset, they're not happy with the situation at hand. But I think they're trying to find more, like, I feel like they're playing like they're feeling bad for themselves. They're feeling upset. They could be emotionally drained, and or they could be so upset that it might come off as like, or they're kind of like they want people to feel bad for them, so it comes off as maybe some emotional manipulation. I think this person may also maybe giving some bad advice, or they may be giving bad advice to others. They could be just, and it's all because like they're not in a happy place right now. I think they're trying to get a hold of themselves and have some self-compassion and really just like find mental clarity. I think maybe this person is trying to work on new ways of communicating. I think this person is really trying to see that they need to find new ideas, curiosity. I think this person is definitely needs to step into some sort of creative endeavor in order to help them heal. Like, it's almost making me think of like, you know, when they have like people, they're like, oh, they're healing their inner child through like, you know, playing with toys, or like playing with like dolls or something, or just even like making their own little bracelets and stuff. It's like there's like a video of someone doing that, and then in the message of the video they're like, you know, this person's healing their inner child, something that they were never able to do as a child because they had to grow up so quick. Now they're able to, you know, express themselves in these creative endeavors. And it's like, I think this, in a way, I think this person may be suffering from a lot of heartache, a lot of things that maybe just didn't work out due to their black and white way of thinking. And I think it's like, I think what would heal them is this creative endeavor. I think also they might be in a way trying to find new ways of communicating and trying to like heal themselves, go on. It's like they're starting this new path, this new direction, and it's like they're still very immature and not somewhere that they feel very confident in. They're still learning, they're still growing, but they're still dedicated towards the cause. There's a lot of yeses in the beginning. Like, I think there's a lot of yeses that they're going to be taking. Maybe they were acting very impulsively in the beginning, but now they're starting to slow down and think more thoroughly, moving a little bit more slowly. But I think maybe in the beginning they moved very quickly. For example, maybe they moved very quickly towards you in like a relationship, but then maybe they realized that maybe they need to think more thoroughly about this rather than running into things so quickly. For example, like maybe they were trying to get into a new relationship with someone, and maybe it didn't work out because things were moving too fast, or maybe they felt like they could have went slower because moving too fast ended up getting them attached too quickly with you. So now in the center we have the Ace of Wands and the Hanged Man. With the Ace of Wands, we have new project, inspiration, urge to create, willpower, desire, power, potential, beginnings, new opportunities. I definitely think this person is going to be getting a new opportunity towards a hobby, towards a passion, some sort of growth, some sort of creative endeavor. And I think their love life, or you, they maybe felt like the love they had for you, or the situation that was happening between the two of you, may have held them back or caused some sort of delays towards this creative endeavor. Like maybe they felt like they couldn't do that while focusing so much on love, and maybe that's something that they need to find a balance on. Also, there could just be currently still some delays, and maybe they're trying to switch drives, and instead of now the creative endeavor being on the waiting side, on the sidelines, it's now their love life. We have the Star and the Magician. So the Star talks about hope, calm, faith, purpose, renewal, spirituality, fortune, good omens. I think this person may be stepping into more of a spiritual path right now. Having more faith. I just keep getting having faith. This person is definitely trying to stay calm, trying to feel and take this situation as it was something that was supposed to happen, and to have faith and trust the universe that the universe redirected you in a better path than it was supposed to be, rather than taking it as such a loss and that it was a failure or something. It's always good to change your perspectives on the way you see things. Instead of taking it as a failure, take it as, a learning opportunity, or something that you learned from. The Magician here talks about manipulation, poor planning, untapped talents, insecurity, lack of confidence, and narcissism. We got the number 1 twice. I think there could definitely be some sort of emotional manipulation going on. Maybe they feel like you emotionally manipulated them. Maybe they felt like they were emotionally manipulative. Maybe they felt like there was a lot of poor planning, untapped talents. Maybe there was a lot of insecurity that was around this whole thing, or lack of confidence or narcissism. Maybe they felt like you focused more on yourself rather than them, or maybe this is just saying that maybe they felt like they focused more on themselves rather than the situation or relationship, and maybe that's why it failed. Maybe these are all learning lessons that this person learned and was damn, maybe I was manipulative, maybe I was lacking the confidence and had the insecurity, which made me, kind of a narcissist in this relationship. And maybe these are some reflections that they are making. Another thing as well, this could be a message that maybe this is something that this person is still working on, and could be an illusion that you are not seeing with this person. I know we're asking what is this person thinking? This could be maybe what they're thinking about with you. Maybe they feel like you're an illusion, or you're some sort of manipulation where you make yourself look a certain way in order to trick others into manipulation or something. And then we have 7 of Wands, which is exhaustion, giving up, destroyed confidence, overwhelmed, overly protective. I think this person may see that there was things that... I think this person sees that there was, the coldness. Maybe the last conversation you had with this person was very cold, very emotionally distraught. There was nothing really there. It was kind of and maybe even some sort of manipulation was going on where you were very sad and wanted them to feel bad for you, or and I think they may be feeling that way about the situation, and maybe they saw also how it ended with exhaustion, just giving up, and destroyed confidence between the both of you. I think also you both may have created your walls and put walls up from each other in order to protect yourselves. But these could be things that you both may be working on. I think this person may see you as someone who is trying to do better, but still has a lot of illusion and fear that is holding them back from doing so. It's almost like using manipulation or illusion in order to protect yourself or hide yourself away due to limiting beliefs such as like, you know, oh, I'm not good enough on my own, so I need to manipulate this person into liking me, or having fear that some sort of fear of something that's holding them back from experiencing things that, for example, like lessons, like that are here to teach you. Like, for example, this person may be fearful into saying yes to things or experiencing new things, new relationships, new love, out of fear that it's not going to work out, or out of fear that it's just going to end in more pain. That could be how this person is feeling about love right now. So that could be how they feel towards a situation. I think overall, though, this person does feel like there's new opportunities coming. They do feel like there's new either, and not love, they're more focusing more on like, career or some sort of passion, new passion opportunity that's coming towards them. So we have specifically Pisces and Aquarius. Those are distinct signs. Yeah, those come out a lot. So you could be a Pisces, they could be a Pisces. You may be an Aquarius, they could be an Aquarius. Those are the also, Pisces sometimes can come off as an illusion, like they tend to say things that people want to hear out of like understanding people's emotions, but they don't realize that that's like sometimes can be manipulative. I guess it depends on how you say it, but it's like sometimes it could come off as manipulation if it's not like the truth or something that you like to like butter them up with. I feel like Pisces are pretty good talkers, as well as an Aquarius. So yeah, be aware of that. Alright, pile one, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like and consider subscribing. We are going to be jumping into your 18 plus erotic messages on Patreon. I'm going to be continuing this reading right now. So if you'd like to check that out, please feel free to check out the link in the bio. Yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day if you decide not to continue. And I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye! If you chose this thumbnail as well as the card You Have Hurt Me, Number 5, this will be your reading on what are they thinking. So, where do we start? The cards, the oracles that I chose, or I didn't choose, I'm sorry, shuffled, these cards were chosen to represent who your person is, pile 2. So these cards are supposed to represent your person, who they are, what they're like, what maybe they be dealing with, just to see if this is your pile or not. If not, maybe choose another pile. But let's hop right in. So your person may have struggled with or still struggles with their self-image, more specifically with the way they talk to themselves. I think they may say nasty things. I think they may be difficult with their own self-talk. With the "you have hurt me" card, we're gonna get more into that, but like there definitely could have been obviously conflict between you and this person. And they could possibly be even more hard on themselves than you may realize. Like deep down, I think this person may struggle a lot with how they talk to themselves. And you may not be aware of that because maybe they don't share that, but that could add to why they may be sensitive to hearing criticism, because they may be already pretty hard. I think also within their mind. I think also another thing too, they may have difficulties separating someone else's possible verbal abuse from what they got when they were a child, from their own thinking. For example, when someone, like when you're growing up, for example, this child, when they're growing up, it's like when they're told the same thing over and over and over again about like how they're not good enough or they could do better, all these different things, it's gonna take a toll and it's going to be wired in their brain. And that is gonna be the way that they see themselves, the way they think about themselves, the voice in their head that they constantly hear. Whether this person is still in their life or not, it's still there. So I think there could be difficulties. This person may face difficulties with how they speak to themselves inside. Like there's voice in their head. Another message I'm getting that is quite significant, but doesn't have to resonate, so if it doesn't resonate, ignore it. But for some of you, they may be someone who struggles or had a difficult relationship with their father, especially with this card here, and or just, it doesn't even have to be specifically father. It could be like some sort of adult parent that maybe also would play like, this priest card kind of jumped from like reverse to upright when I shuffled it. So that makes me think of like maybe in the past their father or whoever this parent was maybe violated the trust of spiritual communities. Maybe they played like, have you ever seen the movie The Humpback of Notre Dame, I think? And the guy, the religious guy in the movie, how he plays like this righteous role that he knows what's best, he knows what's right, and everyone else is wrong if they ever like defy him. Like, that's the kind of thing I'm getting maybe they've had someone, maybe this person had someone in their life that was like, used religion as a way to like manipulate or control others. For example, like they use religion like, oh, well, God, you know, it's God that says you can't do this, or you're wrong because God thinks this, blah, blah, blah. There could be a lot of like maybe even religious trauma this person may have and could lead to the reason why they may hate religion or may just not like it. So I guess take it how it resonates. I think also this could be another message. Sorry for that, could be an indicator that what I said was spot on, but who knows. But this could also be that maybe this person had religious issues in the past or had a father figure who took advantage of religion and used it as a way to control people. And maybe they almost became like this light attribute of a actual priest. Like this is who they are now. They became the light attribute, not the shadow. Like this, your person, instead of following the rules of their father, they follow the rules of like their own path of religion and spirituality. And like they could be someone who maybe is a little religious, but they facilitate spiritual commitments, serve as a channel of spiritual energy. Like this person gives authentic love and not restrictions. Like this person gives forgiveness, not shame type of way of thinking. So another thing here too, I think this person, I think is very magical. I think this person definitely does have magic within them. I got the magic. Or it's like, magic, 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 magic. What is that? I think it's like a Bruno Mars song. I got the magic in me. I think that's how it goes or something like that. This person literally has the magic within them. I was also thinking of like the other song that's like, I got the magic. I don't know. Anyways, this person may have a really strong third eye, and that comes with like following their intuition. And it's almost like even like having the eye open to communicate and understand what either their higher self or the universe is trying to, the path they're trying to lead them down or trying to communicate. I think this person may also tend to step out of difficult situations. I think they may pull away when, or as a way to cope, they may take a lot of like time for themselves. For example, stepping into, like they have the door. There's a lot about gates, like opening the gate in this reading specifically. There could be something about a gate, but here specifically it talks about opening like a portal of like sunshine and happiness and entering through it. And we have here, am I receiving peace, soothing? Like, am I, giving myself the love and compassion I deserve? Am I, did I step away from my origin source, like the river, the stability, the soothing, the peace? Did I separate from peace? And how can I return back to it? And I think this person maybe needs to do a lot of self-care or is starting to do more self-care. And a way that they, pull back, the way that they cope, the way that they give the self-care is by stepping away and stepping into more of a meditative, tranquil, alone time. I think it reminds me of like the Four of Cups. I think it's the Four of Cups. So that's what I have with that. I think also this person needs to, they may be someone that's very not judgmental of others. They don't really judge others too much. I think they are like very open-minded and someone who wants to see the best in others. This card could also be a message that maybe this person needs to stop judging themselves and start being more, you know, loving towards themselves and stop being so hard on themselves. And that may help them become less judgmental of others. Okay, that is what I have with that. We're now going to jump into, what are they thinking? What are they thinking currently? What is pile two's person thinking currently? I just saw the Queen of Cups and the Empress. So a lot of feminine energy right now. Just saw that. Alright, what is pile two's person thinking? I don't know why I'm shuffling. I'm just so used to doing that, but I already shuffled. I didn't have to do that. We got the Eight of Wands, delays, frustration. 1, 2, 3. Chariot. 1. Okay, we got 2 cards. They kind of like just flopped over. Got the King of Swords and the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups came out in the last reading too. The Hierophant also came out in reverse. I actually want to pull this over here. Actually, no. This person could be very indecisive. We got 2 10s. I kind of want to pull this card too. You know what? We're going to do it. Just because the 10-10. Just thought of Ben 10. It could be a show that maybe this person watches. We got Page of Cups. Got the Moon card. Came in reverse. By the way, I shuffled a lot and I'm seeing multiple cards that came in the last reading. Like we have 2 of the same cards already. And we have Ace of Cups. There's a lot of reversals. I think there's a lot of negative things that this person is thinking off the bat. Let's hop in. So, I think this person is feeling frustrated. Feeling like there's a lot of delays, a lot of waiting. I think this person doesn't really like to wait, to be honest. We have delays, frustration, holding off, waiting, panic, and slowing down. I think this person may struggle with taking things slow. They may struggle with moving slowly. We also have good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, turning point, change. This person may also really hate change. They may struggle with change. They may, I think it sends them into a panic, and I think it's because they may struggle with more of their feminine side, where, like for me, okay, I've been thinking of like a new way of thinking when it comes to like the yin and yang, right? We have the black, we have the white, we have the feminine, we have the masculine. And this is like, this person is definitely in more of their masculine, like they like to take order, they like to take action. But what they really need to be doing is not taking action and going with the flow of life, letting things flow in and letting things flow out. Whatever, like, what doesn't flow, let it go. And I think this person may struggle with that. And I think that's how they may see this relationship or this connection, is like they see it as, you know, they're disappointed and they're frustrated and there was just some sort of delay, some sort of stopping, some sort of like something got in the way and it's causing them some panic. I think this person is feeling like, you know, it's destiny, that it's like constantly happening, or that it's like an inevitable fate, like it's just like nonstop the same shit that they may be dealing with. Like maybe they've experienced this situation a lot of times, or it could also just be that maybe this person is now facing some sort of change. It was like this was their breaking point. This was what snapped them into reality, snapped them into some sort of different path. We got the Chariot and we got the Ten of Cups. I think this person might be feeling a lack of direction, lack of control. They may be feeling aggression or carelessness. Like maybe they feel like, oh, I just don't care anymore. Like this just never fucking works. It never works out. You know, I'm just like, they're very in the dumps, feeling some sort of lack of direction. And it could be lack of direction towards having this happy family. I think this is definitely something that their goal, something that they want. Like they want this Ten of Cups with someone. They want this beautiful future. And it's like this blissful relationship, this inner happiness, this fulfillment, this dream to come true, this family, love and support. And it's like, they just feel like they can't have any control over it. It's like they want this to happen now, and it's not, the universe is not allowing it to happen now for them. Or they could just be feeling that way. I feel like this person's thinking very negatively about this situation. And they're kind of like on the opposite side right now. Taking the opposition. For the center here, the centerpiece here, we got Nine of Cups, lack of inner joy. This person's definitely dissatisfied, definitely not happy with the way things are going. And I think they're in this position of like the beginning of love. Like they're this Page of Cups of emotions. Like they're like, Cups represents a love and emotions, and this is like they're trying to start and pursue that path of their life. And it's like just they're unhappy with it. They're unhappy. They may try to find new creative ways, or they're curious about what their love life will be, the possibilities, the happiness, the surprise, and they're just not happy. They're not happy with the way things led, the way things, how it went, or how it ended, or just went through. I don't really see an ending here. There could still be, you know, discussion, but there's definitely something that got in the way. Definitely some sort of hurt. We did get the hurt card, like you hurt me. Maybe this person's feeling very hurt, betrayed. Honestly, maybe not betrayed because we don't have that word here. I think this person's just feeling like they have to wait. And they're not patient. This person's not patient at all. What they want, when they want something, they want it now. So, we got the King of Swords. We got head over heart. I think this person is trying to think more logically now. trying to think more disciplined, trying to be more truthful, honest. Maybe they may be trying to find some mental clarity. Like they could be doing a lot of reflection and wondering why, why is this not working out? Why does this have to happen to me? Why is this happening now? They could be trying to release their fears. Like I think this person is like really trying hard not to feel like, or try to let all these negative thoughts restrict them. They could definitely be stepping into more of darkness, like repressing their emotions. They may be very upset. They may be misinterpreting things. They may be confused. There could be a lot of like just darkness and possible insecurities they could be having. They may be really beating themselves up right now. Like, they could definitely be feeling like they're the problem or they're the issue. And they may be the issue. But also they may not be, and maybe it's just because there's just something that they're not seeing. Maybe they need to seek therapy or seek some sort of guidance. And maybe it's just their love life is just not meant to be right now. We have the 5 again, number 5. We have the Hierophant in reverse, personal beliefs, freedom, going against the grain, unconventional, foolish, generosity, fragility, unorthodox, hypocrisy, blind faith, misconception. I think there could be, this person could be like not a typical conventional person. Like maybe this person really isn't religious. Maybe they're like more of someone who's not, or maybe they see life differently from others. Maybe they want to live very freely. They want to live against the grain. They want to live unorthodox. They may be having some sort of blind faith. Like maybe they're trusting too much that God will save them or that, the universe will help them, rather than really taking action to better themselves in order to be in a better situation that will ultimately help them. Like they're not helping themselves. Like God can't help you unless you help yourself. And I know I said God, it could be like the universe. I just said God because we saw the priest card, and there could definitely be some religious elements within this person, or just there could be some religion impact within this person. With the Ace of Cups here too, I think this person feels some sort of emotional loss, some sort of blockage, creativity, like creatively, maybe they're feeling like stuck creatively. They're feeling emptiness. They could be really feeling emotionally drained. But they're maybe trying to step into more of a situation where they're possibly trying to find more love for themselves, trying to remind themselves that it's not your fault. It's not, maybe there are some issues that you could have done better, but the overall reason why things didn't work out was because it just wasn't meant to be. If things are meant to be, you will find ways to work through them. We have intuition and we have repressed emotions. I think there are some repressed emotions that they may be repressing like how truly upset they are about the situation. Okay, pile 2. I know this was kind of like a negative reading, so I am apologizing for that, but I think this person just overall is kind of in a negative mindset anyways. I think this person is pretty hurt. They're upset. And just because they may think this way doesn't mean that it's true. Like, of course this person's hurting, but also doesn't mean like it will be that forever. This may have been a lesson that maybe they need to learn. And don't beat yourself up too bad about the situation either. People need to do what's best for them at the end of the day. And if you weren't ready for something, like if you weren't ready to be in a relationship or be with this person, or there was something that just got in the way of this connection, which is making them wait, like, know that it's okay, and like maybe this is a lesson that needs to teach this person some patience, because I think this person struggles with that for sure. Anyways, thank you so much. I'm going to continue this reading in the 18 plus extended reading. I got my Tarot of Sexual Magic here. We're going to shuffle these cards on camera, and it's going to be on my Patreon. I don't know how much for yet. It's probably going to be, I'm going to try to make it as cheap as possible. But I want, you know, to talk freely, so that's why I'm doing it on Patreon. I want to be able to show my cards, talk about whatever it is that I want, all 18 plus, and not be restricted. So I hope you can join me there, and I hope you appreciate. If not, your reading ends here, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye! You chose this thumbnail, as well as the card, Where is your head at? Then this will be your reading on what is your person thinking. So these cards, these oracle cards that I shuffled, are all supposed to represent who your person is, the person that you're thinking about, just to see if this is your reading or not. So yeah, let's just get into it. I think the number one color that's significant here is the color green. Green associates with stability, structure, and money. Could also represent abundance, could also represent possible jealousy, a little bit of enviness involved, so keep note of that. Also, I think your person, a quality of your person, first off, we have sea turtles here, specifically turtle, sea turtle, could be significant. I don't know if there's some sort of connection or thing about that. Maybe this person kind of reminds you of like a sea turtle. This person could move a little bit slower, I'm thinking. Or like they're more stable and move a little bit slower. So, I think another thing here, your person may be trying to find balance in life, and specifically when it comes to their more shadow self. We have the Knight here, and this talks about embracing the darkness, embrace the shadow elements. It's almost like also accept it and see it for what it is. Don't run away from it, don't hide away from it, don't repress it. See what it is, know that you're trying to work with it, know that you are acknowledging it, you're on the, you know, first steps of, you know, improving yourself, and you're doing the best that you can, and you're working on it, you know. I think, so I keep saying you, I'm sorry, this person is working on whatever shadow self situation they may be facing, and they're trying to find a way to either work with it or a way to demise it and destroy it and get rid of it. So it's not holding them back anymore. I think another thing here, this person may be someone who kind of makes jokes about their wounds rather than really acknowledges them, heals from them, and rather than like liberate, they may be in denial of their emotional truth. This person may maybe make a lot of traumatic like jokes or like jokes about their trauma rather than truly, authentically, allowing themselves to cry, feel those emotions in order to fully, heal from them. It's kind of like they maybe feel weak if they were to cry, so instead they just repress and laugh as like a coping mechanism, and like they make fun of their traumas, and it's not truly allowing them. It's almost like they're denying their emotional truth, which isn't the healthiest way to cope. I think this person also may need to get centered. They could be definitely in a very unstable situation currently in their life right now. I think there is something that is fleeting from them, some sort of opportunity, some sort of path, some sort of situation, maybe even person is fleeting from them, and they could be trying to move towards it, or they could be already taking the steps to move towards this, opportunity. I don't think they're letting it pass. I think they're moving towards trying to grant access to this passion, whatever this opportunity is. The turtle is also someone who has an ancient soul. They could be someone who maybe seems like they have an old soul. They could be someone who's very trusting, very grounded, someone who is peaceful, adventurous, and productive. Those could be things that maybe this person is, working towards becoming. That could be what this opportunity is coming. Let me see what the firefly entails. I forgot exactly what it is upright. I've gotten it so many times in reverse, which is funny. Okay. It in upright represents writes, creates, brainstorms. This person may be feeling very inspired, but it's like fleeting. It could be fleeting. They feel inspired and fantastic, but it could be fleeting. I think this person may be writing a lot, creating, and brainstorming a lot of ideas. And maybe the reason to why it could be fleeting a bit could be due to this is something that just moves very quickly in and out of them, and there's not really stability within that. Like, for example, they could be like unstable, and it's kind of like when the light bulb comes in, they move very quickly, like work hard to the point where they're burnt out, and it's not like sustainable. So maybe something that they're trying to work on is making this sustainable, and they're trying to get centered. I think with this too, the star, they could be literally a star. They're like, there's like no one like them. They're very unique, very I just want to say incredible. Like there's something special, really special about this person. And I think some of the cards to describe them, some of the words to describe them would be connected here and outwardly, like spiritually. They could be someone who is trying to open up more to the community, or they could be someone who is very invested in their community. They may have a lot of support. There could be something with their ancestors, like there's maybe ancestors protecting them, guiding them. They have a lot of guides. There could be literally like, it's like a shooting star, like their star. There's like a star, like the North Star, I'm thinking, like trying to guide them, direct them. We have connecting the dots. They could be someone who is able to, use intuition to connect the dots and really see what's going on. We got desire, we got inspiration, we got spark, we got accumulation, we got spiritual. So I think this person's definitely in a very like inspired point of their life right now. They could be someone who's just very inspiring, or just like they're constantly always inspired, and spiritual at the same time. So those are the cards that I have to describe your person, pile 3. We're now gonna see what this person is thinking. So what is this person thinking? What are they thinking? What is this person thinking? Thinking. Pile 3's person. Oh, we have a lot of cards. This person could be thinking a lot. I want to take the 10 of Swords. I want to take this one. And I want to take the Hermit card as well. Just because those were the ones that caught my eye first. I don't know why I did it that way. I usually don't shuffle that way or pick cards like that, but those just felt like significant. We got 2 of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Got 7 of Swords. Got Wheel of Fortune, definitely wanted to come out. 10, the number 10 is significant. We got 2 10s. We got King of Swords. There could be a lot of conflict going on. And we got the Moon again. In reverse again. The Moon card came out in all 3 piles. So there's definitely a lot of illusion going on. Or fears. I think this person could definitely be going through a hard time right now. Some sort of like painful ending. But for some reason this painful ending caused them or drove them into an action-oriented position. Like this person's really like just maybe even acting sporadic, like with so much determination that they're like moving so quickly that it's like not sustainable and it's kind of like burning them out. They may have faced a loss or some sort of like betrayal or just pain that in the end, like, it was like they didn't really want to face it, or they just didn't really want to handle it, or they couldn't handle it just now. So they decided to bury themselves in inspiration or like working hard on something. We got the 7 of Swords. We got in reverse, coming clean, rethinking approach, deception, self-deceit, keeping secrets. There could have been some sort of betrayal, some sort of ending due to some sort of deception, secret that was kept, that was finally revealed, and possibly ended up leaving you both hurt. This person may also be trying to rethink an approach to this because of how painful the ending was. So they're like now rethinking their decision or rethinking this situation. I think this person is working really hard. They are overcommitted to something. They may be disorganized. They may need to reprioritize, and they're just not balancing these two jobs or these two sort of career-oriented things, and it could be definitely leaving them very overwhelmed. Like maybe these two different like stability, whatever they're trying to be stable in. Like for example, like it doesn't have to be a job. It could literally just be like going to the gym. Like they want like to go to the gym every day, and like, but they can't have the balance of doing both. They could be struggling with that. I think maybe they feel like this was a turning point, and because it was a turning point, because there was a lot of change, that's why they could be having a lot of difficulty with stability right now, because they could be feeling very unstable, unpredictable. It's causing them a lot of like pain. I think with the Hermit card, we have Virgo. Specifically, Virgo could be significant. Because of this, they could be really just soul-searching right now, trying to do some introspection, trying to reflect, contemplate life, trying to seek the truth. Also, while being alone and independent, maybe they're trying to be more independent, finding inner guidance. They're trying to work more with their mind rather than their heart, because I think their heart is hurt, and it's like it's easier for them to just use their head. I think this person might be disciplined, or trying to be more truthful, honest, or just be more brutally honest and not hold anything back, rather than letting their heart get in the way. This person could be doing a lot of self-reflection. I think also they could be doing like, maybe they feel like you're doing a lot of self-reflection too, and they could be thinking that you're choosing your head over your heart as well. The last thing though here, we have greediness, possessiveness, stinginess, overspending, self-protection. I think this person, I don't think it's about anything to do with money. Like I feel like those things could be maybe at the same time, like in a way that's being reflected in like their career. Like maybe right now they're being a little greedy, being a little possessive, not really, they're like maybe also being stingy, or they're either overspending. But I think overall this message is just saying they're self-protecting, like they're trying to protect themselves. They could also be trying to release any fears, like maybe a lot of fears were holding them back. Maybe they were repressing a lot of emotions. Maybe there was a lot of confusion, misinterpretation. Definitely darkness. I think this person is really trying to step into whatever they were scared of, whatever they were running away from, whatever they didn't want to face. It's like they're trying to face it now. And it could have branched or caused a lot of their own insecurities. Okay. Yeah. Honestly, that's all I have for you, Pile 3. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like and consider subscribing. And I'm going to do an 18+ extended reading. I'm about to hop into Tarot of Sexual Magic. If you'd like to continue, it's going to be on my Patreon. I'm going to try to make it as cheap as possible. It's just going to be like a 10-minute extended video of like some 18+ readings that this specific pile this person may be wanting to say or what they're thinking about. So if you're interested in that, please check it out. If not, then this is the end of your reading, and I hope you enjoyed, and let me know how you did. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye!